Webhooks! Hi, I'm n8n Pavlov, and welcome to Fixing n8n Docs video series. We're talking about webhooks as super important and super powerful mechanism that serves the purpose of connecting platforms, software platforms, to exchange information when there is no native integration between them. They're not unique to any platform. It's just a universally accepted and implemented mechanism by probably thousands and thousands of software platforms. And usually when people start using webhooks, they say it's a little bit confusing, the direction of data, the name, and how to, there is some URL, they need to set it somehow, etc. I understand. And I'm here to tell you, if you have ever ordered something from a web shop, you'll understand the webhooks and the mechanism behind it. Yes, I know it sounds silly, but let me explain. So first, let's forget about webhooks for a second. Let's say we want to buy some t-shirts from our favorite brand. We go to their web page and web store, order something, put in a cart, and get to the checkout page. There, we're presented with a form. We need to state our name, our physical address, our email address, and maybe some additional information. We pay, we finish the checkout. So what's happening next? Most probably we'll receive an email from them, from the brand, saying, thank you for your order. We'll get to it as soon as possible. Then after a while, maybe a few hours, maybe a few days, we'll receive an email saying something like, okay, your t-shirts are being packaged in our warehouse. Then after a while, another email saying, okay, your packaged t-shirts just left the warehouse and they're on their way to your local distribution center. And probably finally get another email saying, okay, your package is at our local distribution center and you can expect the package, I don't know, today or tomorrow. So those are all events about our package and we are being notified about those. So we're not calling the brand and asking, hey, did you send it? Did you send it? Did you send it? No, we are notified about certain events. So literally, that is the mechanism of webhooks. And let me show you. I'm going to use two platforms for this demonstration. Obviously n8n and a platform called HeyReach for LinkedIn automation. So we can create campaigns in which we're going to send some connection requests automatically, send some messages, and let's say we want to be notified when someone replies to our message on LinkedIn. So in a similar fashion, we are going to create this connection to be notified in the same fashion like when our package with t-shirts changed location or something like that. We were notified through email. Now we're going to be notified through a webhook. So first things first, n8n, empty workflow, empty canvas. We are picking on webhook call. So here we can analyze what we have. Okay, so we have test URL and production URL. I'll get to that in a second. So, but for the sake of this exercise, I'm going to take this URL, click, and it's copied. Cool. So we are going to our other platform called HeyReach. And in HeyReach, in this integration section, we'll see this option for webhooks. And we will going to say create webhook. So similarly to the checkout process, we need to fill out this form. We have this field webhook name. We can put whatever we want, and maybe it's a good idea to put something that will help us in the future remember what this webhook is for. And I'm going to say replies. And then webhook URL, this is, instead of our email address, this is this unique URL given to us by n8n, where we want to receive all these notifications about these events. And then finally, we need to pick an event that we want to listen for. This is platform specific. People behind HeyReach decided that they will allow us users to only pick one event. There are other platforms in general that might have option to pick multiple events. So this is just a side note for you to know, and every message, every reply received. So great. Let's create webhook, and here it is. Now we want to test this connection. I'll go back here, and instead of get, I'll set post, because I already did this multiple times, and I know we need to use post as HTTP method. We are going to explain that in the future as well. Don't worry, this is just for testing purposes. And I'm going to switch to split view. So, okay. If we go to this edit option, we'll see similar options as when we just created this webhook, when we were creating it. And here we want to test it, and here is a button saying listen to test event. And it's really helpful if a platform, and usually platforms do have an option for testing, like this button here. So I'm gonna press this, and we see this is pulsing and waiting for something to happen. And we're going to press this webhook, status code 200, perfectly fine. So what happened behind the scenes, we've simulated event from HeyReach to n8n. Back from the split view, as we can see, this is the payload, so-called payload, so JSON, and we are going to talk about JSON a lot, what it is, what it stands for, and how to use it. It's not complicated. So this is a really important when connecting two platforms to have this test dummy data. The data is dummy in terms of like it's fictitious, but the structure is important. So this is a structure that we can expect to have when we go into production mode. So we can adjust our workflow and our automations to expect certain structure of data. So in this case, this is specific to HeyReach and to this domain. So we'll have a section inside JSON about the sender, about the receiver, about the message itself, etc., etc. So this is not related to webhooks per se. This is just related to the domain of the platform that we're connecting. And then we can use this and later attach more nodes because we want to, for example, add this reply to our CRM and maybe additionally have Slack triggers so we know when we receive a new reply to be on top of it and start going back and forth with these people, leads, etc. So basically, this is the whole point of webhooks, to go and subscribe to certain events in a platform, and this platform will notify us and send information to the URL that we state in the settings of the webhook. When it comes to test URL and production URL, when we're happy with test events and testing, we should switch to production URL. Not just switch, this is not doing anything much, but we just need to take this and go to here, edit and replace it, save it, and we need to publish our workflow. And now our workflow is ready to listen for real world events. When some people actually reply to our messages on LinkedIn, they will be notified, we will be notified, the workflow will start by getting this information, and that this is going to be a trigger. So that's it. If you're ever confused about webhooks, just remember, check out on a web store and the events that we're getting about our package. In the same way, we are getting information about the events that we're interested in through this to this unique URL, and then we can have this information and then process it further. That's it. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments below, or if you have any ideas for videos, also please share it with me. All the best. Bye.